Okay, let's discuss contingency planning. Contingency planning is represented in IATF 16949 under section 6.1.2.3, also in recent sanction interpretations 3 and 17, IAOB communiques, and also in CSRs. This is a top 10 IATF 16949 CB major and minor nonconformance. When considering compliance to contingency planning, one thing to keep in mind is that the contingency plan itself is not intended to be a method of prevention. The intention is ensuring that customers receive their parts when the stuff hits the fan. Types of stuff hitting the fan includes all the potential issues described in 6.1.2.3c and Sanction Interpretation 3 and 17, including cybersecurity, pandemics, IT infrastructure, also including utility disruptions, supplier disruptions, employee disruptions. The IOB communique addresses power utility disruptions. Compliance to contingency planning includes annual reviews by multidisciplinary teams, periodic testing, simulation of all contingencies, and records of that test status, training of all necessary staff of the contingencies, and customer approval of alternative manufacturing locations and abnormal restart processes that are applied. Some of the best practices when thinking about contingency plan includes a disaster recovery plan focusing on actions and plans for each contingency, real-world simulations to ensure customer impact is minimized, individual disaster recovery focused team meetings to review and consider new risks, and IT testing to ensure ability to isolate and restart. Areas to avoid when considering contingency planning is the plan belonging to just one person and that one person's responsibility. The test not being conducted, just being a desktop exercise. Nobody in the site's aware of the contingencies. The IT plan, if attacked, is hope and pray the system still works after the attack. And also having an alternative manufacturing site without a customer acceptance or awareness of that alternative manufacturing site. So your certification body hot buttons when it comes to contingency planning is where the contingency plan itself is more of a risk management plan. For example, fire drills are not contingency planning, those are prevention. Also, process owners not aware of the plan and not participating in developing the plan, actual disasters that occurred recently and the plan was not followed or updated with lessons learned, or the tests and simulations are weak and no evidence the simulation was conducted. So what I've seen as a certification body auditor for contingency planning from a good, bad, and ugly standpoint. From a good standpoint, I was at a component supplier that had a well-defined plan that every member of the leadership team had a hand in developing. The site referred to the plan as their disaster recovery Bible and had all the information needed to manage most disasters. The plan was tested and had solid evidence to show the simulations worked, although the weak areas were targeted for improvement. Let's talk about a bad situation when auditing contingency planning. An injection molder whose whole contingency plan was all about prevention. Nothing in the plan for when a disaster strikes. I had discussions with the supplier stating although prevention is critical and part of the standard, contingency planning is required for when the disaster event already occurs. A major nonconformity was identified. So an ugly situation when auditing contingency planning included a plan that was a one-page table with the same contingency. Get back to running as soon as possible. No plan, no details, no methods, no testing, nothing. Major nonconformity was identified.